So you've clicked on this video because you want to know how to become more masculine. Well, I'm going to actually tell you quite a few ways that you can improve. Some of it is common sense, but some of it is because we live in such a feminized world right now, where guys are getting their nails done, they're wearing pearls around their neck, they're wearing Barbie clothes. So I completely understand why you're here. And believe me when I say, you are going to have so much knowledge on how to become more masculine. Trust me. How we doing? My name is Marcus and welcome to the Mediocre Mind Trap. And I feel like we're just going to get straight into it. This is a very, very important topic that every man needs. So for me personally, I was in the same boat. I was very feminine in the way I was. If I had a girlfriend, I'd literally do anything for her. I'd chase her around like a puppy. I'd agree with people, even though I didn't have the same values and thoughts that they had. I was approaching girls like they were goddesses, and that was the completely wrong way to be. I was not having my say when my friends were talking. They would kind of acknowledge what I'm saying, but they'd carry on talking. I didn't have a voice. I didn't play any sports. I didn't have them like masculine friends, football type of guys or rugby type of guys, the masculine men. Not to say the friends that I grew up with aren't masculine. So with that, I firstly want to tackle communication. Say you go on a date with a girl and she's really good looking and you really want her, but she says something along the lines of, I don't like watching films, but you absolutely love watching films. This is a problem. You know it's a problem. But beta male you would probably just ignore it because you like the woman. But a masculine approach would be to say, well, hold up, you don't like film? Oh, I love films. How the hell is this going to work? Test the waters, see what her reaction's going to be. It may be that that was a masculine trait that she's kind of looking for, and she'd be like, oh no, I will come and watch films now and then. Don't be stuck not doing the things you want to do because you weren't masculine enough to call it out. And stick to your beliefs. Another example of this is if you're getting into a debate with someone, make your beliefs known. But don't argue. Listen to their side of the argument and be like, it seems that we have completely different views on this. Let's just call it a day and carry on. A beta male would argue until the cows come home because he's so desperate to get his voice across, he hasn't been able to talk and speak up over the people. So that's where shouting comes from. You shouldn't ever need to really raise your voice as a masculine man because you will get your point across in the mannerisms in which you speak and how you act. So with that, leading straight on to how you act. How's your persona as a masculine man? You don't want to be weak. You don't want to be small. Like, you don't want to have your shoulders like this. I learned very recently that that is what most guys do, okay? If you go up, back, down, that is where you need to be. Look at the difference. So through this video, I was actually slouching. Go back quickly and have a look at what my posture was. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't keep this posture throughout the whole thing. Problem is, it's harder than you think to keep right now. But be mindful about it. Have it in your head. Think about what your posture is like when you talk to people. Because I guarantee if you have the right posture in any room, in any building, anywhere, you are going to stick out amongst the other men. You're going to have a certain persona about you because you've got this authority figure. Your stance and everything is strong and powerful. Adding to that, when you're in a space, say if you sit down, make sure you're sitting down slowly. Make sure your actions are slow. You know, you want to get up from a chair slowly. You want to sit back down slowly. You want to show that nothing's fazing you, that you're very comfortable in your own skin. That will make people think, whoa, there's something about this guy. What is it? As well as that, don't be timid. Don't be inside yourself, okay? Masculine men stretch out. They try and take as much room as possible. They want to show that they're so comfortable doing slow movements and sitting back and taking up all this space that nothing phases them. They're not scared of anything. They're not worried about anything. They're just there in the moment. Now, it's all well and good putting these steps together, okay? But do you have the body to back it up? Getting jacked, getting big will show discipline. It will show that you're a guy that gets shit done. It will show that you take care and pride in the way you look. I suggest going to the gym or doing a workout at home. You need to be getting that body in shape because no one's going to respect you if you're fat. I'm sorry, they're not. Because the way I see it, if you're fat, you don't respect yourself. Now, I might get a lot of hate for that, but it's true. And deep down, I think you would know it as well. Okay, fair enough if you've got mental problems or you've got a disability or something like that. But if you don't, you have no excuse. So if you come at me and you get offended by that, you got to ask yourself, why are you truly getting offended with that? Because it's not coming from me out, it's coming from you inwards. Understand that. Then go get a donut. How are you dressing? Are you dressing like a tramp, or are you dressing quite respectful? They say that you should own at least one suit. Well, I don't own any suit and I can pull it off. And it's just about figuring out what works for you. You get people like Andrew Tate who have the glasses and the shaved head. You get other people who have long hair, big jacked muscles with tight tops. You have people with loose tops. You've just got to find that kind of style and finesse that fits you. Going back to the mentality part, only 21% of young men in the world feel masculine. That's mad. But it's truly understandable when you think about the world we live in. Like I said, there are certain movements in the world that are drastically and rapidly feminizing men. And a world where men are beta and feminine, it's hard to become a masculine man. But it works in a good way for you, because if there's not many masculine men, you're going to stick out. So lacking masculinity can directly lead you down the road of mental health, and unfortunately, some suicide. Now again, there's no shock there. And I think above all else, the mind is what we have to get right first. Then the rest will fall. I know I'm doing this video all a bit weird like that, but becoming masculine isn't a straight road. Now, something that greatly destroys masculinity is fapping, masturbating. Trust me when I say I was addicted. And many of you are addictive still. But as soon as you stop, and it's not going to be easy, but as soon as you stop and you keep that sexual energy in you, you will be able to approach girls more confidently. There's something about that natural power, that force that's inside you, that you're collecting and bottling up inside your body, that you just have to release it, which also leads into becoming more aggressive. You need that aggression. Now, I'm not talking about you want to fight everyone, like you're one of them gym bros that just wants to beat people up because you've got big muscles. Fuck off. No, not that at all. To understand what I mean by this, you've got to look at the definition. A forceful action intended to dominate. Okay, that's the definition. But you've probably been programmed to think that aggression is just being angry, shouting, getting crazy, throwing shit about. No, we need to learn to control this, to set goals with this. We need that aggression to push us forward. All masculine, successful men use aggression as a tool. This is how they stick to deadlines. This is how they stick to goal setting. This is how they become very successful. You got to also find men who are masculine. You can't be around men who don't have that, because all that will do is drag you down. You need to be surrounded by masculine men. If you go into a boxing club, the masculinity is oozing out of that club, right? Your brain will automatically switch into competition. It'd go back to the prehistoric times in your body where you kind of have to fight to survive. It imitates that. It doesn't just have to be fighting. It could be, like I said, goal setting. It could be making a business. It could be just any sort of competition with these masculine men will greatly boost and improve that masculinity inside of you. You'll also learn how to be a great conversationalist. You'll be able to learn and talk and use tactics from listening to them and how they talk. You want to become a leader. Develop them skills to lead your pack. You want to be the guy that everyone listens to. Like I said about me before, I never got listened to. But you want to be that person that everyone listens to. You want to be that person that when you speak, people will listen. To become a leader, you first have to hold yourself accountable for every action that you do. Now, that's easier said than done. No one wants to feel like they're doing something wrong, but admitting to it is a whole nother fucking story. Becoming a leader is so crucial, because one day down the line, you're going to have a family. You're going to have to lead them to a successful life. When you have kids, you're going to have to bring them up and lead and show them what to do. You want to challenge your mind and body. Find something like chess, something where it's tactical, a game where it's just you and someone else and you're challenging them. But you've got to be tactical about it. And with the body, challenge yourself in the gym. Push yourself to the limits using that aggression, using that sexual energy that you've bottled up. You have them two life forces going around in your body right now. Utilize them, use them, become strong inside and out. And last but not least, learn to fight. You don't want to learn to fight for the sake of fighting. You want to learn to fight for the sake of protecting yourself. When you're in a bar and you're like this, if you don't know how to fight, if someone comes in and they start on you, you're going to turn like this again. But if you know how to fight, you're going to remain like that, aren't you? And you're going to look at them and be like, can I help you, mate? What's your problem? Sit down, we can talk about it. If you don't learn to fight, you'll be like, well, what? It weren't me. I didn't do that. It weren't me. See the difference? It's more about protecting yourself and making sure you're fully comfortable in every fucking aspect. That, my friends, is how you become more masculine. That is how you change your life. And these tips will change you completely. Now, don't get me wrong, it's hard as hell. I still haven't mastered all of them. But at least I know what I need to do. And I have that drive inside of me to do it because I feel like society needs more masculine men. My sister needs more masculine men. My mother needs more masculine men. My daughter needs more masculine men around them for protection. If my mum goes to the shops and she gets robbed, I want there to be a guy that stops that person, gets everything that they've robbed from my mum back and gives it to them. If we had more men like that, the world would be a better place. But sadly, we've got some men in this society where they just probably scream like little bitches. Anyways, if you've learned something in this video, please like and subscribe. Now, this is the first time I'm going to say like and subscribe, but it is crucial to growing this channel. I love making these videos, and I love the purpose that I'm on, helping as many people as possible to get to their 2.0 versions. And I can't do it without you. So have a great day, my Stoic Viking. Start becoming masculine. Start becoming the guy that you want to be, who you're meant to be.